Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. When Dying Light 2 first came out 4 months ago, it was really buggy on PC. A bunch of updates later, and here we are. During my playthrough of Dying Light, I can definitely tell you that some of the bugs are still there, but nothing that broke the game for me. Dying Light 2 was a sequel to Dying Light 1, which holds a special place in my heart. When I first started the game, the first thing I noticed was your character's voice acting. At first I hated it, but as more time passed, I still hated it. Especially when the rest of the cast is so much better that I wish they were the main character. After you get from the boring tutorial, the city opens up to you. At first I thought the parkour was clunky and very floaty, but the more I unlocked skills and got familiar with the controls, I realized how much I loved it. The parkour is excellent, and the city is a free runner's dream, and man was this game pretty to look at. And I thought the city was very well done. With so many pipes to swing from and skyscrapers to climb, I had a blast just running from one place to another. Well, that is until you realize your character's stamina meter sucks. For a game that relies on you to use stamina for everything from combat to climbing, you would think that would make your stamina not deplete so fast. It got to a point where I didn't even bother to put points into health and only put them into stamina. And for some reason, it still felt like it was never enough. Especially in the later parts when you get your glider, and that uses stamina also. The climbing stamina I can overlook, but the glider stamina was much more of an annoyance than anything. Now they do have vents that will bring your stamina back to full, and are very useful when they're around. But when they aren't around, the stamina thing gets kind of annoying. But it's not a game breaker though. I thought the loot was very generous, and I always had a rare or legendary weapon. But I also found myself getting so many weapons that I stopped looking at what weapon I got, as long as the color was purple or orange. Let's talk about the story. Your main character Aiden is looking for his sister and trying to stop this much more interesting character that used to do experiments on them when they were younger. He meets a couple other people along the way and finds out that the guy he's looking for has experimented on others too. The thing is, the story had some potential to be really good, but it was just okay to me. I felt that Aiden was a pretty boring guy overall, and the okay voice acting was overshined by the rest of the cast. And not all of them were that good also. I really hated the old man and his son. And the game really tries to make you like certain characters, especially when a character dies. Oh, and man, this game loves to throw random people dying at you, and it really tries to make you care for them. Like, bro, I know I just met you 2 minutes ago, but can you please take care of all my siblings, please, and raise my son like he's yours? Oh, by the way, my name is Jim. Like, what? The faction system in the game was cool to have, but unfortunately the choices you make in the game don't really matter. Like, I've killed so many of each faction's members, but yet they welcome me with open arms to make all the decisions for them. In the end, I found myself going with the survivors because they gave me things like zip lines and air vents to get around the city faster and more efficient. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Dying Light is fun hands down. From killing zombies on the street or kicking people off a tall building, I found myself having a blast with Dying Light when I went off the path and did my own thing. Combat is basic. Swing, dodge, swing again, dodge again, and bam, rinse and repeat. But it's when you add some of the parkour to your moves that the combat can get fun. I just wish they had more parkour combat moves though. One thing that I really hated in the game was the close quarters combat. It's really hard to move around when there's like 4 guys coming at you in a very close room and no real way to move around. And since I had to spend all my points of stamina, I barely had enough health to take on multiple people. And it seems like the devs were like, I know they love the extra close combat, let's give them some more. Nighttime has changed a lot too from the first game. It doesn't feel as scary as it used to be. And with a howler on like every corner like a cheap prostitute, I found nighttime to be really annoying when I got into a chase. The questing system was okay. Some quests stood out more than others. Then there was some fetch quests and some go here, fight this, and come back here type of quests. The first couple of hours of Dying Light was just okay to me. With the low stamina bar and having to unlock skills that I felt you should have already had from the start, it just made the game drag on a lot. And at first, I thought the parkour was clunky, but when you start to unlock a lot of the parkour skills is when the game really shines and becomes a blast to play. Especially when you get into the interlude and unlock your glider. With so many dark zones to clear, inhibitors to collect, and side quests to do, Dying Light 2 will have you running and killing every zombie you see. With a decent combat system and an average story, I give Dying Light 2 a 8 out of 10. Check out the channel and take a look at me playing Dying Light 2, or join the Discord, link in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, it helps the channel out a lot.